Hi, welcome back to Karina's Sewing Room. My name is Karina and this is my sewing room. So in today's video, I'm doing a hashtag Friday sews. I haven't done a ton of sewing, but I have been sewing this week. In Norway, we have something called Væskesnappen. That is a Snapchat account for bag makers. And you can get the login and you can use it for 24 hours and show what you're making and get tips, give tips and tricks. So I had that on, can't remember the day, Wednesday, I think. And I made this. This is a tiny kata from Oro Rosa. There are too many O's in Oro Rosa. Just so you know. And this is made in leather. And it's, I didn't add any lining to it. So it's a raw bag. It's raw edges inside. And I think it's kind of raw. And when we say raw in Norwegian, which is raw, it's super awesome. So this is a super awesome bag. It's tiny, but I like it. I don't sew a lot with leather. And when I made this, I just cut out the pieces and I sew them together. And the seam allowances are really thick. I mean, really thick, especially on the front, because you have the gusset, well, the zipper panel, and then you have all these seam allowances. So there are 3 layers. And as I said in the beginning, I don't sew a lot with I almost said vinyl, but with leather. So I didn't do anything to the leather before I started to sew. I didn't skive the seam allowance, and you should. And because of that, you can see here, I have no way of folding this seam allowance so that the bottom stays on the bottom and the front is on the front, if you know what I mean. You can see this is the seam allowance. It pushes the bottom up. So the day after I made this, I thought I need to befriend my skiver. I have tried and I have tried and I have tried. And now I haven't tried in 2 years, maybe 2 years. I'm gonna go and get it so I can show you what I'm talking about. So this is the skiver that I have. My husband just made a fuel. What's the English word? A piece of wood that he sanded down and made pretty to put it on. It's easier to get it to stay still on the table. So there is a knife there, and I'm dragging the leather under the knife so it cuts off a portion of the seam allowance. We have not been friends since I got it, but yesterday I decided I'm gonna do it. You can lower this bar with this screw. and I can raise it. You see it's moving upwards. Now it's all the way to the blade. So yesterday I did befriend the skiver, and I made this. Let's see. I will show you once more the first one that I made so you can see the difference. This one is not skived. This one is. And look at the difference on the bottom edge. This is 10 times better. Looks way more professional than this one. So, and I also put in the pattern you make D-ring connectors and sew it in the seam here, but I have these screw-on connectors, so I just will screw on D-rings, so I just put those in. And on the first one I just made a hand wristlet and added to the zipper. I must say I love this. I'm so excited. I had to, when I was done with it, I had to call Stacy in New Zealand and say, look at it, look at it, look at it, look at it. I was so pleased with it. And I'm really glad I have a lot of leather laying around so I can make more of those because it was really fun. But as I got friendly with the skiver, I did cut myself there and there and there and there. So I went to the store today to get some bandages. Really important to have in the sewing room, especially when you're working with this because it's a razor blade and it's sharp. So be careful if you try it. Try not to cut yourself. I actually think that that's it for today's video. I did get some happy mail today. I got some hardware, rainbow with a rainbow finish. I love this. It is so beautiful, all the different colors. But I didn't just get rainbow. I got some gunmetal and I got some black, and it's a matte finish, matte black finish. So excited to start using that. Yes, and one more thing. I can add a photo here of my new shelf with the zipper. I have the zippers and the webbing and the zipper pulls and all the hardware in a shelf, and I'm really happy about that. So I can leave a picture of that. So that's it from me in this hashtag Friday Sews. It's still Friday for another 38 minutes. So maybe I'll get this uploaded before it becomes Saturday. So I hope you have had a wonderful week and that you have a wonderful weekend. Keep sewing like Stacy say. No, I'm not gonna copy Stacy. But have a wonderful sewing weekend. Bye.